Now, this year has been an incredible year for smartphones. You got the iPhone 15 Pro Max, that's like my daily driver over here. You got the Pixel 8 Pro, you got the Samsung Galaxy S23 somewhere, I don't know, I kind of lost it. And then you have the Xperia 1 Mark V, and of all the smartphones that I've used this year, I still think the Xperia 1 Mark V is my favorite. And the reason why is because the Xperia 1 Mark V is the only smartphone that you can use as a monitor and screen recorder for your Sony cameras. Now the Xperia 1 Mark V has completely replaced my Atomos Ninja 5, mainly because of the size. Now I love the Ninja 5, it's a great monitor slash recorder, but it's too chunky of a thing. I hate bringing it with me, where it's so much better bringing a thin, small device that you can use as a monitor and screen recorder, but also use as a phone. And I know not many people like using monitors and recorders, but honestly, if you are a Sony user, then you should definitely invest in an Xperia 1 Mark V so that you can capture the menu settings or just even capture the autofocus tracking of your Sony cameras. I'm gonna talk later about my workflow and how I capture screen recordings on the Xperia 1 Mark V and how I'm able to offload that footage to my computer. But first, let's talk accessories. First, let's talk about the cage. This cage is from SmallRig for my Sony ZV-E1, and I love the Sony ZV-E1. It's been my recent favorite vlog camera to use, but the grip on the camera is very small, and so sometimes it feels like it's going to slip from my hands. But this SmallRig cage kind of extends the grip a little bit more, making it feel like you're holding a mini FX3. But the benefit to having a cage like this is that you have all these /20 mounts to attach all sorts of different accessories, including this top handle. I love this top handle. It's really great, especially if you want to do like low shots. And if you don't have a cage, you can also get a different top handle that connects to the hot shoe mount of your camera. That works as well. But honestly, having a cage and a top handle just makes you feel cool, like you're an actual filmmaker or whatever. But on top of the top handle, there's no other way to say it. But on top of the top handle is a phone holder, also from SmallRig, and this is where I place my Xperia 1 Mark V. It's a very simple phone holder. It extends to whatever size phone you have, but also the metallic design just matches my entire camera setup. And then from there, I use this USB-C to HDMI dongle, and the HDMI cable that I personally love using is from my buddy Gerald Undone and my friends from Condor Blue. And with that combination, I'm able to connect my Xperia 1 Mark V to my Sony ZV-E1. Now, if you have the ZV-E1, it has a micro HDMI port, which is meh, whatever. So make sure to get the right HDMI cable to your specific Sony camera. All the links to the products that I mentioned will be down below in case you were interested. And then finally, on the bottom of my cage is my favorite quick release plate of all time, and that's a Manfrotto RC2 quick release plate. And from there, I'm able to mount it on a tripod, on my gimbal if I wanted to. It just makes for mounting this camera setup super easy. And speaking of super easy, smartphones in general have made my life easier, whether I'm creating content or something tech related. But if you're in the IT world, you can manage your entire network with a smartphone, thanks to Pulseway, who is sponsoring today's video. Hello?
Hey boss, it's IT Paul. Listen, your network's out of whack and I can't really fix it because my hands are tied.
Are you eating snacks again while on the job?
Maybe.
Why don't you use Pulseway?
What's that?
Pulseway is like a magic tool that lets you check on your computers and fix them from anywhere by simply using your mobile device. You can make your IT management life a lot easier by automating repetitive tasks, remediating workflows, applying patches, and even setting up a report distribution schedule.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that with Pulseway's RMM software, I can see everything happening on the network and fix the problems with one device?
Yep, and if you're curious to see how it all works, then you can check out the free trial by clicking the link in the video description below.
Thanks, boss. It's gonna save me a ton of time.
More time for snacks, huh?
More snacks.
Thanks, Pulseway, for sponsoring this video. Go back to work. All right, so now that I got my entire rig all set up with Xperia 1 Mark V as my monitor/screen recorder, the only app that I use on the phone is a native app called External Monitor. And from there, the Xperia 1 Mark V is able to see exactly what I see on my camera, from my camera settings to the autofocus tracking to even the menu system. And it works nearly exactly the same as an Atomos Ninja 5. I mean, you can't really record ProRes, so keep that in mind. But still, for a super slim mobile device to be able to use it as an external monitor and screen recorder, it's pretty sick. And I'm recording on the phone right now, and this is what the camera sees, and this is what the phone is recording. Oh, hello, FX3, how are you doing? Pardon the mess back there. It's a work in progress. My life's a work in progress. But on the screen, you see information like my audio levels, you have my autofocus box, shutter speed, f-stop, all that stuff, and recorded on the phone. Pretty cool. And probably for me, I'll be using this feature the most when I do my camera setup videos. Like when I go into the menu, like I can show you exactly what my camera settings are. Like I don't have to use an overpowered monitor recorder to do all that. Like I can just use a phone, plug in my little HDMI dongle setup, and record what I need to record. Like this is amazing. But yeah, like even when I'm taking photos, like on the screen right now, you can see all my photography settings. Here, let's go bump up the ISO. Let's take a photo, shall we? We'll go over there to my FX3. We'll go to the screen. There I am. Oh, it's a bit dark. There we go. And boom, ka-chow. Haven't said that in a while. And then once I'm finished capturing whatever I'm capturing, I just simply upload that footage to my Dropbox, which is synced to my computer. And then from there, I'm able to pull the footage from my Xperia 1 Mark V to my computer. You can also record your footage to a micro SD card that's in the Xperia 1 Mark V, so that's pretty cool. But sometimes when I'm out and about, I just like uploading my footage right away to my computer so that when I open it up, it's already there. And that's pretty much it. That's how I'm able to use the Xperia 1 Mark V as my monitor and screen recorder for my Sony cameras. And also, let's not forget how capable the Xperia 1 Mark V is capturing cinematic looking video. I mean, look at these shots. They honestly look like they were shot with proper Sony cameras. And as much as I love my iPhone 15 Pro Max and the ability to film Apple ProRes log, the footage shot with the Xperia 1 Mark V still matches much better with my other Sony cameras. And for that reason, and the fact that I can use the phone as a screen recorder and monitor, are reasons why I think the Xperia 1 Mark V deserves to be called smartphone of the year. That's right, I said it, nerds. Smartphone of the year. You may agree, you may disagree. That's totally cool, but let me know what you think deserves to be called smartphone of the year. All right, well, that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Pulseway, for sponsoring this video. If you have any questions about the Xperia 1 Mark V, then let me know in the comments below. Or if you want me to make more videos about other smartphone-related content, then let me know in the comments below as well. But I'm out of here. I'm getting hungry. I'm gonna go eat some cookies. Bye.